I'm trying to convince myself that I liked it, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm just like
That's
thinking
a
all the
good
good
point.
parts, but like, and then I watch it again or I think about it more, and I'm just like, and then I read other comments and see what other people are saying, and they're bringing up all like more things to my attention on the flaws, and then now I can't unsee it.
What's up, guys? It's CJ. I'm here with that nerd Mike and Richie. We're gonna get into another episode of Superhero Sundays, but before we do, like always, what guys? Stop. Spoiler alerts. Before we get into these movies or shows we're gonna talk about, go watch them. And when you come back and join us, make sure you like and subscribe because any and all support is greatly appreciated and it helps us impact the community. We're honoring real life heroes, man. So, with all that being said, today I have my cup. I got to bring out Justice League, man. DC. What you guys got? Thanos. Thanos was right. Yeah, man. Cheers to you guys.
Cheers.
Cheers, man. Let's go ahead and get into some fun topics, man. DC is on the road, guys. DC has had a solid year, man. I can officially say that we can't just crack jokes about them anymore because they kind of got their act together a little bit, man. What you got, Mike? What you about to say?
Before we hear what Richard had to say, it's just funny how in one of the podcasts we were clowning Marvel about its mediocrity. And DC puts out a mediocre movie, and everybody's like, "Whoa!"
Because DC is stepping up, bro. They finally put on their big boy pants. It was like, all right, let's start getting to the game a little bit, you know. And so we're excited for them, bro. We're excited.
It's just really funny because, like I said, we really talked a lot of trash about how Marvel's been going through this like kind of like just going through the motions, putting out mediocre work. And then DC comes out and puts out quality-esque content. Mm-hmm. And then Black Adam comes out and it's just middle-of-the-road movie. And everybody's like,
yes.
We did it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
man.
We did it.
I mean, just for context, it's because of the crap show that we've seen from DC over these past years is like, okay, they're finally getting their act together a little bit, man. Richard, what do you think about DC, man? Are they on a roll? Or are you kind of like pump your brakes? It's not that.
No, look,
you know,
they've been getting better, right? It's just it's because expectation in recent movies, or not recent, but in the last I don't know 6-7 years,
10 years,
have been the bar has been set really low. For a lot of DC movies. For a lot of DC movies, you come out of the movie theater and you think, at least for me, I'm trying to convince myself that I liked it, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm just like thinking all the good
point.
parts, but like, and then I watch it again or I think about it more and I'm just like, and then I read other comments and see what other people are saying and they're bringing up all like more things to my attention on the flaws, and then now I can't unsee it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So that's no. This is before podcast. This is before the Royal Zealots podcast. So this so the that expectation of having a low bar is what's set in all of our minds. So now when they do come up with the movie that's actually pretty decent, pretty entertaining, you know, better storylines, better. Okay, for now, I'm gonna say somewhat better special effects, but I'll get more details about that. Then everyone it hypes everyone up. It really does, you know.
Yeah.
Versus, you know, Marvel has like came out with banger after banger for 10 plus years, and now we're seeing them kind of slow down on the quality, and now that expectation that we have for Marvel and the move and the content that's been coming out has been below that bar, which is still good stuff, but it's just that we're spoiled.
We're spoiled, man.
We're spoiled as a fan group, and that's what it is. You know, we want because they've constantly given us solid special effects with great action, with great story, good surprises when it comes to trying to piece things together with the end credit scenes and all that stuff. So that's what made Marvel fun, and now we're used to that, and that's the bar. And so that's my opinion.
Like you said, we were spoiled, and I think now I'm just ready to get spoiled by DC now, man. I'm like, okay, I want some more solid, consistent content, because that's the word for them, is consistent. They've been consistent this whole last 2 years since the pandemic. I was like Zack Snyder's Justice League. I thought it was better than the Justice League. So since then, they kind of upped the bar and they've been stepping up their game, and they've been solid since then. But you know what? I thought Black Adam was good movie, man. I think it's more of just like a pure comic book movie. Like with Marvel, you're going to get like that very sophisticated movie where it's action, great story, but also at the same time, you're going to get like some things that got to piece together and put together here and there. And it's like, okay, very sophisticated, real put together. With this movie, it was just straight fun, simple story, a lot of action, great fight scenes. That's all you're going to get from a comic book movie, and that's what they gave us for the fans. It's a fan pleaser. So I really, really, really enjoyed it. Richard, man, what was your thoughts on Black Adam?
Black Adam overall was a fun movie.
Yes,
it was a fun movie. Good popcorn flick is what Mike likes to say. You know, a lot of action, some cheesy lines that makes you smirk and chuckle a little bit. DC's never been one to really be comedic or throw a lot of comedy in, at least from what I've seen. Unlike what's it called with John Cena? Peacemaker. Yeah. I just throw
that's James Gunn for you there.
That is Marvel. But other than that, though, the story of Black Adam is something I'm not too familiar with, so I didn't have a lot of expectation coming into it. Again, as I was saying earlier, my expectation was pretty low considering the history of what DCU has been coming out with ever since, you know, Wonder Woman's Superman, all that stuff. The fact that like a lot of and I really shouldn't look into this so much, but like all like the pre-test or the pre-screening tests with audiences, because that got a really low score. I think it was somewhere in the 60s versus back in November, December when No Way Home came out, that was in the 90s. So you got an idea what the audience was going to be like. Maybe they just had a bad audience. I don't know, but like it was definitely better than that. You know, I'd probably give this movie probably a good 7.5, 8 out of 10. You know,
that was my score too.
Yeah, so it was good enough to where they could probably build on it a little bit more for the future. Definitely the way that the end credit scene was. You know, with the news with Henry Cavill coming back for Superman 2. Sorry, Mike. I know you wanted him in as Hyperion. Sorry, bro. So again, kind of like how No Way Home did that thing with Matt Murdock, right? They were like, "Oh, Matt Murdock is officially coming back." Movie comes out several days later, and boom, he's in the movie. You know, so so it's kind of the same thing. I at least that's how I felt. That was the same thing.
I guess. But, so yeah, I get you saying. Kind of like
it was a throw-in.
Little nitpicks here and there for it, but overall, it's just like fun movie, man. I got you. I'm the same way. Little nitpicks here, but overall, it's probably the most fun I've had seeing a movie since No Way Home. Doctor Strange Multiverse, it was good. There were some good scenes in it, but overall it was like a little letdown. Thor: Love and Thunder, I didn't want to talk about that again. So since No Way Home, I think I had the most fun watching the comic book movies since No Way Home. So I liked it a lot, man. I can't wait to see it again. Mike Diaz, bro, your man, The Rock, is he coming through for DC, man? What do you think, bro?
You know, when the trailer first came out, I had a really hard feeling that they're going to try to make Black Adam into a hero. and I don't know if I told you guys this. I know I told my other friends like Brody and Mick. I said that's totally the opposite of what this character is.
Mhm.
You know, during the trailer, I think they had like the superimposed saying where Dr. Fate says you can be the destroyer of this world or you can save it, or blah blah blah. And there's all these type of things to make it seem like he's going to be some kind of giant savior, save the world. But that's not who he is. He's never really a hero. He doesn't call himself a king. He's just a protector of his country, and it's only interested in itself. If you come in to his country, he's gonna murder you. He's not gonna hold back. He's just gonna straight up murder you. So when they started saying stuff like that, I'm like, man, they're just gonna ruin this character, because Black Adam's like one of my favorite DC characters, solely because he has Black Air Force energy throughout his body.
Black Air Force energy.
Where you see a man like that come up, you like, you know what? I don't even want to fight no more.
Oh man, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're like, this man is gonna not just fight me, he's gonna take me and murder me. Like he's gonna go all the way. But when you actually sit down and watch the movie, yeah, sure, he has his little moments of being a hero. But then when you look closer, like I told CJ, that woman is actually related to him. And so is the kid. The woman is like his great-great-granddaughter. And her son is like his great-great-grandson. That's why he helped them. Not because it was their people, it's because he's related to them.
They're a family, true family.
Actual family. Did you get that? Look at Richard's face. Did you catch that?
Dude, I never knew that. This is me hearing this for the first time ever in my life.
You know, the only reason why I found out, because in the movie, when she talks about that her necklace, she said her great-great-grandmother is passed down. It was inherited, right?
Right.
If you look when he talks about how it wasn't him who became the champion or was chosen.
It was his son.
It was his son. And you see his wife get murdered. His wife has that necklace.
Yeah. Yeah.
So again, little things, and it's crazy to think that. Why didn't they say that?
Yeah,
I know. Yeah,
because they're saving so much more context to the movie, other than he just randomly cares about these two people, right? Like you easily just saw right past that.
Or maybe they did and they cut it out.
Maybe, but that's completely dumb. Anyway, we're not gonna talk about that. Black Adam looked great. Like the character itself, the costume, the powers he used, all that type of stuff, great.
He looked amazing, bro. Like flying fast.
Yeah, he looked great.
About how he looked like the Flash, bro.
Oh, that's the first thing. Me and CJ turned and looked at each other and said, "Why can't they make the Flash look like this?"
Yeah, man.
Zooming past everybody and how it slowed down time and everything.
Because he's not running.
But anyway, he looks great. Okay, so out of the 4 people in the Justice Society, 2 of them are the only ones that should be there. Hawkman, because he has money and he has that ship, who he said is indestructible, but at the end of the movie he got destroyed. And so everything, he's lying. And then you got Dr. Fate, which is immaculate. He should be the leader of the team, right?
Yeah.
The other 2 shouldn't be there. The movie was great because all it gave you is action and good pacing, and the good pacing was great only because it didn't let you linger around during the flaws. So when you saw those flaws in the movie with that little annoying kid, just like the little annoying when that lingered around, and then sooner or later, you get some action, and then it kind of moves you on away from it.
Yeah.
So it did a lot of good things for itself to cover up for itself.
That's a good point.
If you really think about that, this movie, the way how action it was, and how it has some of the funny in it and everything, this is how Thor 4 should have been.
Yes, good point. Totally
Because
agree.
Thor 4 should have been action, funny, serious, right? And what did this
Yeah.
give you? Action, funny, serious, and a good enough pace where it kept you going through the story, helped you push you along through the story. Nothing to linger around and trying to think, wait a minute, what just happened? No, you're already moving on to the next phase.
Mm-hmm.
That movie could have been 3 hours long, and we could have still felt like a regular 2.5 hour movie, 2 hour movie.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
of the way that they made it.
Yeah, man. Like you said, the pacing was really on point. I think that was what's wrong with Thor 4. It was like, yeah, you have a corny joke, but then you linger on it. It just keeps going and going. And it's like, okay, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this goats. I'm tired of this joke. Let's move on. And it's like, no, they kept at it. And the next scene is like another corny thing that's happening. And with this, it was like corniness, but then the next scene is in a big explosion, cool action scene. You're like, okay, let's go. Let's keep going.
And that's exactly what Thor 4 should have been. You know, it's funny because that's almost like what Thor Ragnarok was.
Yeah.
Right? It was a little mix of corniness, action to move the story along, to keep you moving. Corniness, action, big climatic scene, and then corniness and blah, 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 right?
Mm-hmm.
Thor 4 was just a pile of just chaotic mess.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, sure, they loved it because they don't know any better, and they probably just left throughout the middle of the movie, came back and thought that it was at the same spot, like somebody paused for them, and they continued going.
No, man.
But still saying that, Black Adam, I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
And if you asked me to watch Black Adam, Thor 4, or Multiverse of Madness, I'd probably pick Black Adam, probably because of just the action.
Yeah, I agree. Wait a minute, Mike. Did you give the Batman a 7 out of 10 also?
Yes,
Oh.
I did.
But like you said, just because the action in the movie, it made up for it.
It made up for it. Because the fight scenes,
Mhm.
seeing him, because I mean, when you go to these kind of movies, it's like people that get mad when they go see King Kong versus Godzilla and get mad for the story.
You go in there to see some smashing, bro.
I'm going to see King Kong versus Godzilla. I'm not going for this giant,
Love story or
love story about two people that found each other at the wrong time but at the right place, and they go like, "We wear pink on Wednesdays." No, this is not mean. This is like, I came here to see something at IMAX. I came here to sit down, and when Godzilla screams, my seat's gonna rattle. It's gonna make me feel things, and I'm gonna be happy.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I'm going for. I'm not going there for the story. I'm not going to come out and be like, you know what? The story was just didn't do it for me.
You're right, bro. You're right.
It's like saying someone looking at Playboys for the articles.
Yeah, like, man, the grammar in these articles are absolutely nonsense, and it just took me out of it. I just couldn't do it. No,
you're not lying, bro. You're totally on point. Yeah.
To be honest, am I ever lying? Like, seriously, you're going to see a Black Adam movie. You're going to see a movie that he's going to kill people. He's gonna mess people up, and then that the Justice Society is gonna be there, so he's gonna beat up other superheroes, make them look like idiots. That's what I'm there to see, and that's what they delivered.
That's why people were so disappointed with Thor 4, because they wanted to see Gore just go at it with Thor, and it was like,
and that's
why not get
the main reason.
Man.
The main thing they say, it's Gore the God Butcher, and I think even Richard said, like, which gods did he actually butcher?
We saw him butcher one
in the beginning,
but
bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you go see Black Adam, you go to see it for a specific reason. The Rock built it up as this giant, action, the hierarchy of the power in DC is gonna be this, blah, 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 whatever it is. You're going there to see him, sorry to say, stuff up. You're like, he's gonna mess things up. And that's exactly what he did.
That's exactly what he did, man.
And I got exactly what I wanted out of it. wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Shook her hand, left the money on the table, and let's go.
You're on point, man. Like I said, I want to see it again. It was a great action-packed movie. Like I said, it was like if the Fast and the Furious was made into a comic movie, it would be Black Adam. It was just.
And it's funny because you gave me that analogy, and I've been telling people that don't usually watch like comic book movies, everybody watches Fast and Furious movies. Even if they tell you they don't, they actually do. Because guys love cars, guys love things that explode, guys love women. That a lot of times there's shots of like this party and there's half naked women by these cars. You know, they'll go see these movies. So it's exactly what it is. It's a high stakes, lots of action, fast pace. So it keeps the movie going and moving in the right direction to the ending, and then you get a nice sweet after credit scene.
Yep. I gotta say, like I said, I give what Richard gave it, 7.5, 8 out of 10, and yeah. I can't wait to see more of Black Adam and what DC has to offer. So that's Black Adam. Like I said, DC is on a roll. Keep it up. Shazam is in December.
It's going to be terrible. Absolutely.
I think Shazam is going to be what it is. It's a kid comic movie, and it's going to be
you missed
for
it,
the kids.
Because you're always late to everything. You missed the trailer for Shazam. Richard, you probably saw it. That movie does not look good at all.
What do you think? Shazam's gonna be trash or what?
I'm gonna watch it.
I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, I'm
gonna watch it. I have the first one.
Oh,
I have the first one too. Do I have the first one?
Yeah, I don't have it on. I don't have a hard copy, but it's on my Amazon. But you know, it's hard to have an actual opinion on it. Only the fact that my expectation is low. That's all I can really say.
I think the biggest part that really irks me about the whole Shazam thing is because Shazam and Black Adam are like mortal enemies. Like there can only be one champion in Black Adam's mind that the Shazam wizards pick. So he's going over there to just beat somebody's butt and tell him like, no, I'm the only one. And then you go see Shazam, and Shazam's like, yes, he's a kid. He's a kid in the comic books too, but he's like a kid. Like,
yeah, he's not mature enough for you to really take him seriously.
And serious at all. Like, and I like if right now, if you put Black Adam into that movie would be a really one-sided movie. Yeah,
I don't think right now it's a good setup for Black Adam versus Shazam. It's not there yet. I think Shazam needs to mature more and establish himself. Maybe we'll see that in this next movie. Maybe he'll step up and you say, okay, I can take him as a serious hero now. Right now, I do not want to see Black Adam versus Shazam. I want to see Black Adam versus Superman first.
Yeah, it's gonna. Sorry, go ahead, Mike.
I think it's gonna what's gonna happen is almost exactly like the animated movie, Black Adam versus Superman and Shazam. Black Adam is gonna fight against Superman. He's gonna be beating the crap out of Superman because they find out that Superman, and you'll probably get a lot of heat for this, but his weakness. Well, and then people say, well, it's not really a weakness. He's just not. What is the word? He's not protected against it. Well, if he's not protected against it, that means it's a weakness.
A weakness,
right? But no, they said he's just as weak to magic as everybody else. But that's still a weakness.
Yeah.
But then you get your super crazy Superman fans like, no, it's not a weakness. It's it's just that he's just. But no, it's a weakness. Just like my weakness is I can't stop talking. Like, it's stuff like that. So what's probably going to happen is Black Adam is going to fight against Superman. He's going to beat the crap, or it's going to be a pretty good fight, but it's going to get to the point where he's going to realize that Superman's going to be weaker against magic. I'm going to say weaker against instead of just saying weak. So Black Adam's going to use it more and more, break down Superman, and then Shazam, it's going to be one of those like, you need to nut up or shut up. He says you're the superhero that you've been, idolizing. Like in the end of the first one, Superman shows up. You remember at the
at the cafeteria. Yeah,
you don't really see Henry Cavill,
you
but you see his body.
But this is the superhero that you're idolizing and you want to, be like, and literally he needs your help. So you need to step up, stop being a child, and get into this. And that's probably what's going to happen. And he's going to take it where he's going to be like, you know what, I need to, and he needs to go and he helps Superman beat Black Adam. That's probably what's gonna happen. And that way The Rock can still say that he beat up Superman, that they needed two people to beat him. Like he'll be able to go to, have his little fun with it, where say, well, I mean, if you really think about it, I actually beat Superman. They had to bring in Shazam to help out to beat him, type of thing. He still has ego stroked that way as it is in the comics. But that's a good way to actually make Shazam actually more mature, just to mature him right away. Where, hey, the superhero that you idolize needs your help. Nobody else can help him. Wonder Woman can't help him because of whatever reason. Batman surely can't help him. Aquaman can't help him because you're the only one that has the same powers as Black Adam that can go help him. You need to grow up. And help Superman.
Well, I hope they build up to that. I hope there's not anytime soon. I hope we get multiple movies and multiple things happening until we get up to that big movie like that. But I'm looking forward to it, man. So DC, keep it up, keep the momentum going.